Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Miss Ballard. I'm the drama teacher, theater teacher here at Socrates Academy, and you are at our high school theater classes production of Sophocles' Antigone. This is going to last about 45 minutes, and thank you for being here. I wanted to kind of orient you to the story. Has anyone read Antigone? No, Antigone? Oh, Alton has. Hopefully, I think there will actually, like, with your ELA teachers, your lit teachers, there's actually going to be a lot to discuss because this play is, I think, still relevant today. I wanted to read you something before we get started and just tell you a little bit about our production. We have actually don't know, I think there's 8 actors in this play, but there's a lot more characters than actors. So you're going to see actors playing multiple characters. I think you should be able to follow along, but I just wanted to note that for you. And I want to read you this thing about Antigone. So we begin our play Antigone at the end of a civil war in Thebes, when Antigone's 2 brothers, Oedipus and Polynesius, fight each other to the death. Her uncle Creon, brother of Jocasta, and now King of Thebes, gives a worthy funeral to Oedipus, Antigone's one brother. But Polynesius, he says, leave Polynesius out, do not bury him, because he was not on the right side of things. He was not defending the city. So he says, we're going to give your one brother a funeral, but the other brother, no one is allowed to bury him. He's going to stay out, and the sun will get him, and the birds will get him. And Antigone is understandably really upset about this, and so she has a choice to make. She's faced with a terrible choice. She can either bury her brother and break the law, or do nothing. And what will Creon do, her uncle the king? If it's his own niece who is breaking the law, will he put her to death? In Antigone, Sophocles shows us human existence is intertwined with tragedy. Whether we say yes or no, a burden of choice is laid on our shoulders, and our sole hope is to embrace the consequences of our choice. Antigone's no, Creon's yes, in full awareness and acceptance of the cost that comes with it. Thank you.
On love, when friends, our own people, our family, are treated as enemies.
No, Antigone, since the day we lost our brothers, both in one day, both to each other, I haven't thought of love, happy, or pain-free there. Nothing makes me happy. Nothing hurts me anymore.
I know, but I brought you here for a reason. To talk alone.
I can see that there's something important.
Tell me. It's the burial. It's our brothers. Creon honoring one and casting the other out. They say he is buried at Oedipus with full and just lawful honors due to the dead. But Polynesius, who died just as pitifully, Creon has proclaimed that his body shall stay unburied. No mourners, no tomb, no tears. A tasty meal for the vultures. You could see that you'll have to act quickly to prove you are as brave today as you were born to be.
What can I do or undo?
Will you join me? Will you help?
Help with what?
The body. Help me.
You mean to bury him? In spite of the law?
He is our brother, and whether you will or not, I'll stand by him.
No, we should be sensible. No, we must obey, even in this. I beg forgiveness of the dead.
Then I will bury him myself, and my crime will be devotion.
I cannot help, not when the whole country refuses to help.
Then weakness will be your plea. I am different. I love my brother, and I'm going to bury him, now.
Antigone, I'm so afraid for you.
Steer your own fate. It's a long way.
Promise not to say anything. Keep this secret. I join you in secrecy.
No. Shout it. Proclaim it! I'll hate you more for keeping silence.
Hate me? This ardor of yours is spent on ashes. Will is not enough. There is no way without power.
Talk like that will make me hate you. And he, dead, will hate you, rightly, as an enemy.
Since you believe you must, go on. You are wrong, but we who love you are right in loving you.
Sun shining bright, you're the most beautiful light ever shone on Thebes over the 7 days.
Victory comes, bringing glory to Thebes, answers a smile, turn many chariots that cheer her. Now that the war's over, forget war. We'll visit every god's temples for a whole night, dancing and chanting praise.
But look! Creon, the king, a new kind of man for new conditions.
Gentlemen, out of all citizens here, I have summoned you. I believe a king who ignores the counsel of his wisest men is the worst kind of leader. I am not afraid to act when I see disaster coming to our people. For the safety of the state is my first priority. And when the state prospers, we all do. Those are my principles, and this is how we will proceed with the sons of Oedipus. Oedipus, who defended the nation and died doing so, will be given a holy burial, suited to greatness and nobility. Polynices, the defiant, who came to destroy his homeland, betraying God and his family, will have no ritual, and will instead be left unburied for all to see. I will never let criminals excel good men in honor. And I will honor those loyal to our great nation, alive and dead.
Then what are your orders?
Not to side with the rebels.
No one is such a fool. No one loves death.
That's right. Death is its price. All the same, time after time, greed has destroyed good men.
King Creon. Well, first I want to tell you about me, because I didn't do it, and don't know who did, so it wouldn't be right either way if I fell into some kind of trouble.
Clearly, is extraordinary.
Sir, it's awful. It was so strange, I can hardly bring myself to say it.
Well, tell me now, and I'll dismiss you. You'll go?
Well, I am telling you. Somebody up and buried the corpse and went off, sprinkled dust over it, and did the ceremonies you're supposed to.
Who? Who dared?
When the first daytime sentry showed us, we all thought it was a miracle. We couldn't see the body, and he wasn't really buried. It was like someone tried to drive a curse out, a fine dust on him. And here I am, and I don't want to be, because I know you don't want me here, because no one who hates what you say loves you.
My lord, we have been considering whether a god might not have done this.
Stop! Before saying too much. Do you see gods honoring criminals? Impossible. No. For a long while now, certain men of this city have been scarcely been able to stand up to my commands. They mutter about me. They hide. They shake their heads. Those are the men that did this. I'm positive they were seduced by money. Understand this well. I'm talking on oath to you. Unless you find me the perpetrator for this burial, death won't be enough. I'll hang you alive till you tell me who did it.
Will you give me a chance to answer, or should I just go?
Don't you know your talk irritates me?
I hope they find him, but if he's caught or if he's not, you won't ever see me come back here again. No, because I never thought or hoped even, but thanks to the gods and praise them, I'm alive.
Many marvels walk through the world, terrible, wonderful, but none more than humanity. The breath of his life he is taught to be. Language, be the spirit of thought. Griefs, to give laws to nations. Fears, to dodge weapons of rains and winds and the homeless cold.
An unholy miracle. Am I right or mistaken? How can I say no? This is not the girl that I know. Antigone? Daughter of Oedipus, not you. Where are they taking you? You haven't broken the laws of the king, have you? No, that would be senseless. Why have they arrested you?
This is the girl we found hiding in the grave up. We caught her at it. Where's Crayon?
Look, the king, Crayon. He's returning, just as we need him.
Ah, done for just in time. Seems to be my fate. How do you need me?
King Crayon. Here I am, though I swore an oath I'd never come, bringing the girl we found hiding in the grave up.
This girl? Where'd you find her and how?
She is the one that buried that man. Now you know all I know.
How did you spot her? How did you stop and arrest her?
Well, it was like this. When we got back from you with those terrible threats on us, so we swept off all the dust that covered the corpse up, and sat on a hill between the wind and it to dodge the smell. One man busy shaking the next man, with harsh words rushing, so no one could be lazy on the job this time. Then we saw her. She wailed out loud. When she saw the corpse was bare, she groaned and mourned for it, and prayed hard curses on the ones who did that to it. Quickly she brings dust, handful by handful, and pours offerings 3 times. We watched that, then quick as a shot, hunted her down. We accused her of doing it before and this time both, and she didn't deny a thing.
You know, you're hanging your head, looking at the ground. Do you admit or deny you did this?
I didn't. I deny nothing.
Now, tell me briefly and concisely, were you aware of the proclamation prohibiting these acts?
I was. I couldn't avoid it when you made it public.
And yet you still dare to break this law?
Yes. Because I did not believe that Zeus was the one who had proclaimed it. And neither did justice, nor the gods of the dead who justice lives among. The laws they have made for men are well marked out, and I don't suppose your decree had strength enough for you, who are human, to violate the lawful traditions they have not written merely, but made infallible. These laws are not for now, nor for yesterday. They are alive forever.
Clearly she's her father's child. He never learned to yield for all his troubles.
Laws were made. She broke them. Now that you need to think of it. Do it again. Now more defiant, bragging about it. She did it. She's laughing. My niece. She and her king cannot prevent their doom. The other girl, I hold her equally responsible for blocking the burial. Summon her immediately.
You have me. What more could you want?
I want? No, with that, I have everything.
Then why are you waiting? There's nothing you could say that I would like to hear, and there never could be. And there is obviously nothing about me that could please you either.
Aren't you ashamed to dissent from good men?
No. They keep silence to please you. And death is a god who wants his laws obeyed.
Here, Antigone is your sister. She loves you. She is weeping. She blushes. A lovely face.
I did it. If she is with me now, I share the blame with her, and will bear it also.
Gods of death and the dead bear witness to who did what. I do not want love from anyone who loves his speeches.
Please, don't. You are my sister. Do not take away from me the honor of dying with you, and of joining with you in service to the dead.
You will not die. Not with me, you won't.
What can I still do to help you?
Save yourself. I want you to escape.
But we both share the blame now, right or wrong.
Be happy. You are living. My soul died long ago to be useful among the dead.
You should forget her. She no longer exists.
Do you mean you would kill the girl you promised your son would marry?
There is no match when the wife is worthless.
It's Haman you cast aside when you say that. Don't you love your son? Can you deprive him?
Death will stop that wedding. This is the end. I'm sick of you in this marriage business.
It has been determined then that Antigone shall die.
Yes. Stop wasting time. Hurry! Take them both inside!
Empty hope is the waiting room of disappointment. Those who suffered no misfortune, no sorrow in life, are lucky. But this family has had its fill of evil luck. Everything good comes at a price, perhaps? A man will decide what is bad, is good, you have no other son.
Son, have you heard the final verdict?
I am no son. You direct a course for me with good intentions and I follow it. I do not believe that marriage is more important to me than you and your good leadership.
Son, you should hold that to heart. That's how things are. Don't throw out a little principle for fun. A beautiful woman. I caught her out in open rebellion. Her alone, out of all the nation. I won't be a leader who lies to his people. She must be put to death.
Father, I lack the power and the training to tell you that you're wrong, but maybe a second opinion would be valuable. I do hear things under the cover of darkness of what our country says in grief for this girl. That there's no one more innocent, nor death more awful, or deed more noble as hers, with her own brother fallen slaughtered and left for dogs and crows butchering. Shouldn't her fate be of golden glory? Isn't she worthy? That is the word. It marches in the silence of the night. Please, listen to me, just this once. Listen to what someone else has to say for once. There is no shame for even the wisest of men to learn and relent.
What he says is to the point, sir. You may do well to learn from him. And you too, from your father. Both have spoken well.
But didn't that girl do wrong?
The whole nation denies it.
Will the nation tell me what orders I can give?
See, you're talking like a boy.
taking that woman's side, fighting me.
It's you I'm concerned about. You're making a mistake.
Oh, fine son you are then. To put me on the stand.
Because I can see you're making a mistake. You're a witness against yourself.
What mistake? Respecting my high office?
Respecting it? By dishonoring the gods?
Everything you said was for her sake.
You will find, when I know something is wrong, I do not surrender.
There's no use. You'll never marry Antigone. Not in this world.
Then she'll die, and her death will destroy others.
Are you threatening me?
No, I'm arguing in a void.
Of your own mind. Trying to teach me. Your tears will teach you.
If you weren't my father, I'd say you've gone mad.
Just understand. You don't insult me with laughing. Bring her here! Let us see her! Kill her beside the bridegroom!
Don't you do it! Don't you think it! As long as I'm with her, she will not die. And you? Stay with your friends, if you call these friends. And raise them, if they'll listen.
I've Antigone taken up to a road, and have deserted. Hidden there, living, rock hollow. Leave her only enough food to defend this country from the filth of curse. There, she can beg from death, the only god she honors. Possibly, death will excuse her from dying. That she'll learn too late. Homage to death, dead, are useless.
And I cannot dam the force of my tears when I see Antigone, who is reaching the end of her progress to the room, the bed of universal rest.
Now, citizens of my homeland, as I walk the last path, watching my last of sunlight.
You go with fame and in glory to the hidden place among the dead. No sickness has diminished you, no weapon has paid your war's wage. You ascend to the kingdom of death, alive of your own accord, you alone among mortal women.
You were harsh and daring, child. You went too far and fell broken against the lofty pedestal of justice. Perhaps so you are paying for some ancestral failing.
Your devotion is a kind of reverence. Power, though, must be revered, not trampled by those who must wield it.
But you, holding rebellion, followed your own destruction.
Unborn, friendless, I led away.
Singing, sighing. For any use to talk before you die. No one will ever stop. Take her out, hurry!
To my home, my wedding, the eternal vigil of the grave. What divine and just law have I evaded? Is there any use in looking towards the gods? Is there any ally among the gods I can call to? If my reverence has made me impious, but if this is the will of the gods, I can only hope that we shall learn through suffering. But if these others are wrong, I can pray for nothing worse for them than what they are doing to me. Their unjust justice.
The same torments of the soul still compel this girl.
I said take her out! Guards!
Land of Thebes, city of my fathers, ancient gods of Thebes. I can wait no longer. You, the nation's leaders, look!
Danae too became one with the earth, never to see the sun, never to experience mirth, for following in accordance with the laws of the fates.
Fate takes fire and douses it in the sweet liquid of death. So too Antigone drowned in the blood like the seas of Dionysus, trapped between the mortals of heaven and earth.
On the black cliffs of Thrace, two twins faced the fury and ire of their stepmother.
As the light of hope fled, many miles away lay their mother, a daughter of the wind. She felt the spurn of fate and hate for things out of her control.
Dear Tiresias, but is there something wrong?
I will inform you. That is my prophetic duty. Yours is to comply.
Well, I have disobeyed you in the past.
Then listen, please. Once more, you're walking on a razor's edge.
What do you mean?
Seated at my station, which has been under my command since ancient days, I hear things of birds squawking and evil friendly. Immediately I tried, but from the offerings, a putrid slime dribbled down and spat in the ashes. Gulls, flying midair, exploded in vapor, fat peeling off their thighs, exposing them. This state is sick, and you are to blame. Every altar has been loaded from flesh from the fallen son of Oedipus by dogs and birds. Once a mistake is made, it is wise and worthy to make amends. Stubbornness is stupidity. No, it's criminal. No, give yourself leeway. Yield.
Old man, you and your kind, for a long while now, have been serving me out, trying to deliver to me, to make money. That's what you want. But bury that man, no. Not the eagles who bring for food. Not they carry him to the throne of Zeus. I'm not even afraid of that. I won't let you bury him.
Few courses of sun remain before you lose a child. The matter is out of your hands and those of the gods above. A crime of violence has been committed, and you are the one committing it. Therefore, relentless destroyers pursue you. Furies of death and deity lie in wait for you now to catch you amidst of your crimes. The time is near. Weeping will be heard in your house.
Mom's coming. No, thanks.
My lord, I've lived a long time, and none of us, have ever known Tiresias to lie.
What should I do? Tell me, I promise to comply.
Go, release the girl from the cave and build a tomb for the body you cast out.
That's your advice. To give in.
Act now. Don't leave it to others.
I changed my mind. I did it, and I'll undo it. Life, I'm afraid, is best spent maintaining the established laws, for they are moored, safe, and steady.
You, god of many names,
Son of the deep thunder Zeus,
And ruler of Eleusis, whose valleys have lost all mankind.
Dionysus, Bacchus, your home is Thebes, on the soil where the dragon's teeth were planted,
Above the double cliffs.
like dazzling flames through ranks of your nymphs who are perceived.
Now that a violent sickness holds the nation and all its people, come.
Walk here and heal us. The stars are dancing, they can't fire. Night is talking, you're their leader. Boy God his family. What is it?
Haman has been destroyed. Bloodshed by one blood.
His father? Himself?
He himself in anger at his father.
Tiresias was right. Everything he said has come true.
That is the state of affairs. It is for you to deliberate upon them.
Look, Eurydice, Creon's wife. She's leaving the palace. Perhaps she's heard about her boy?
Oh, citizens, hear you all out. I was going out to pray when I heard you talking. I was unlocking the door. I wanted to go to the temple of Pallas to speak with the goddess. When I heard the things you were saying, something was wrong about my own home. I was frightened. My maids were holding me. I must have fainted. What were you saying? Tell it over to me this time. Please, go ahead. I know what grief is. I can hear more.
My queen, dear lady, I was present, so I know. On the far side of the plain, where the mangled body of Polynices still lay, where the dogs had dragged it, we prayed to the goddess, burned the remains, and laid the ashes under the earth. We proceeded to the maiden's tomb. One of us heard a voice, shrill weeping, an echo from the tomb. As Creon approached, the cry hovered about him.
Oh no, Father.
My son's voice. Run ahead, men, as fast as you can, up to the tomb! But that's the voice I hear. Maybe the gods are wronging me.
We obeyed him and looked inside. We saw her hanging by the neck, and him, his arms round her waist. He wept his bride in their lost love, and his father who had caused this. Then his father saw him, went toward him, cried and called out,
What did you do? What were you thinking?
But the boy looked wide-eyed around at him, spat in his face, not one word, but drew his sword. His father dodged and ran back, so he missed, then turned on himself, curled over the blade, and drove it into his side. He was still conscious. He held the girl and tried to breathe. A rush of blood on her white cheek. Now the dead lie in the arms of the dead, wedded in the house of death. Creon has shown there is no greater evil than men's failure to consult and to consider.
The lady is gone. Returned without a word, good or bad. What do you think it means? Excessive silence is sometimes fatal. But look, the king, Creon.
The killer can kill father and son. Poor, worthless counsel. My own, my boy, young, death soon. Gone, gone. Wrong, not you.
You finally learn what justice is. Too late, it seems.
I have learned. I am ruined.
My lord, you have come with grief like money in your hands. And now in your home, you will find there is more.
What more is left? What is worse?
Your wife, sir. This boy's mother. Fresh wounds. She's dead.
Why? When I'm destroyed, destroy me again.
On an altar bent on a sword, she shuts her eyes in peaceful blackness. She wept, and at the end, cursed you.
No! No! A pricing on terror, and terror flies.
She learned what happened to the boy. She struck herself, her own hand.
Nobody else It's my fault. I killed you. Me? Really? Me? Then hurry, take me out of the way. I am nobody. I am nothing. The end will be welcome. The final day.
The future waits. The present takes action. Your fate is in the care of those who can care for you. No man escapes the grief that awaits him.
Take me out of the way, a poor fool. It leaps on me, it crushes.
To be sensible and to be pious are the first and last happiness.
For their grand schemes or bold words, the proud pay with great wounds.
And great wounds before today have taught sense, even to the aged.
I like it.
Thank you guys for coming to our first in-class play, high school play ever at Socrates Academy, and for being our first ever audience. Thank you. Take theater class. Maybe we'll do a comedy next time. Bye.